we're coming up on 30 years. You guys are popping this documentary off and everything. Like, where did the idea come from? Because this was a story that like captivated, an entire like radius of people, from up to Scranton down to, the Maryland border.
That's right. I guess the inspiration came. I've been filming and doing film work for 15 years, but I did my first documentary this past year. Actually, the same documentary company pitched me on doing a story of kind of my life and my career and how I did my job. And I said, you know what? This story's interesting, but you know what story's awesome? And it's coming up on an anniversary is the 1994 National Championship team. And the documentary company's like, we would love to do that. So it just kind of got the ball rolling. I got a hold of, Lebanon Valley College, pitched them on the idea, and they were all about it. There's a lot of people still there that were there during the run. It was such a big deal, and it was one thing led to another. We had the kickoff meeting, and here we are. The whole team's in town, and we're kicked off with all the filming today.
How often do you guys get together?
Well, we got together just last year we all turned 50, right? So we got together last year, down, with Mike and Virginia, or 5 or 6. It's not all of us. I mean, it's not often that you get the whole team. I think there were just 5 or 6 of us down, that point in time. But the whole team, it's rare. I think the last time the whole team was together was back, I think 20 year. We were inducted into the Team Hall of Fame. I think that was the last time the whole team was together.
What's it like, you don't realize it, sometimes you do when you're younger, that once you guys leave a locker room, that's it. You're actually never going to have, rarely, the exact same group of people together. Jonesy and I just kind of went through it with the Calder Cup. That team's already broken up and guys have gone their separate ways.
Yeah.
So no matter how much you get, you might get 98% together, 99% together. It's just not the same. We might be missing a scorekeeper here, maybe a super fan that show. What is it like, though, just to get so many guys here together, especially at an area, that you guys, like, this was your place. This is a hangout place at Fairview Country Club.
Yeah, I think it was divine intervention, right? That it was like herding cats, I think it was 15 players, managers, coaches, the entire coaching staff, everybody that was there that was a part of that game. And this is a Wednesday, right? What are the chances? Mike Rhoades, the head coach at Penn State, and Jason Zitter lives in Florida. John Harper lives in Colorado. We're all over the place. But man, and when I told him the idea, everyone's like, I'm in. I'll be there. I'll make it happen. So it was cool because, like you said, not only from a perspective of getting together and seeing everybody, which doesn't happen near enough, just to be able to get together, they're excited about reliving the story, talking about the glory days and reliving the run that we went on.
What are people going to know about this? Well, let me ask this first. How special was it just to walk back in there as a group? I know you guys got together down at Rhoades' house in Richmond and stuff like that, but to walk back on the court, turning 50 years old, look up, and see the accomplishment on the banner. Yeah,
I mean, it's 30 years, right? 30 years is the anniversary this year, and I think, anytime we get together and you don't ever want to think of yourself as a legend, right? But there is a certain, with us at Lebanon Valley College, that we're in the history books, right? That nobody can ever take that away, and it's something that we all share that's so special, right? Like, it's a special bond. And we were close. I mean, the reason we won a national championship is because we were close. If you watch any of those games, you watch the Wittenberg game, watch the New York University game, we're losing by 9 points with 1:34 to go in the game against the number 1 team in the nation that was 29-1 and won, right? Like, that shouldn't have happened. So we were close before that, but then winning, it's a bond that will never be broken. There won't be anything that will ever take that away from us. So when we get together, it's just cool to relive that and share those memories, and and they're all such good memories. Yeah.
Coaches kind of look at their players in a special light. For Coach Flannery and Coach Friday and stuff to be here, among other coaches, just what do you think it means to him? To see you guys this close, because he recruits you hoping that you guys form a bond. Hopefully that the culture's there and you guys feed off of one another.
Yeah.
And obviously, even if you win, we see it with the Bulls. They're, now they're fractured. They're arguing, kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
But down the road, you guys are obviously still this tight. What do you think it means to him?
Yeah. I can only go by what he tells me, right? And I know it's special to him. Coach Flannery, Coach Friday, You know, Coach Hess and Coach Copeland are here too. All 4 of our coaches that year. Even Coach Malin, who coached us the year before and the year after, is here tonight. Coach McAllister's hanging out. But this group, and this is what Coach Flannery tells me, was such a special group of guys to him personally, right? Like he recruited us, he brought us in, he brought a lot of guys that, you know, potentially could have played at bigger schools, and he got them to go to little Lebanon Valley in the middle of nowhere, right? And I think, you know, but more importantly than winning games, I think it's more important to them, which says about them as coaches. They were more concerned about how we turned out as people, what our character was going to be like. And they can pat themselves on the back because every guy in that room turned out to be a really solid dude, a really good dad, a really good person, giving back to the community, helping people. It's a room full of really, really good guys. And I think if you probably ask him, that's probably the one thing he's the most proud of.
What are people going to find out about this team that maybe they didn't know by watching this documentary? And why should people, obviously you want people to tune in, why should they tune in if they don't even know anything about
Yeah, well, you know, we talk about that, and that's one of the things we wanted to make this a story that this story is going to mean a lot to anybody. Let's face it, this community, when this all happened, anybody that was around is going to be super pumped to watch this. But we said when we started this process, we want to make this that somebody who never watched this or knew anything about it's going to be like, that was really cool. What those guys accomplished was pretty amazing, and that's pretty awesome, you know. So we hope that not only, we hope like tomorrow we have interviews with people from the community, alumni, people that were closely involved in following the story. So our goal is that, hey, anybody that was in the community loves it, but man, it's just such a cool sports story, right? Like the way that we won. I mean, you look, Lebanon Valley, smallest team in the NCAAs that year. NYU, the biggest team, right? 49,000. Lebanon Valley, 832. You know, the night before we beat Wittenberg, who was the #1 team in the nation. It's a David Goliath. Like, we weren't supposed to win that. And, you know, and Coach Flannery talks about this, but when we went there, we were just guys who wanted to compete and wanted to win. And we didn't go there happy to just get there, right? A lot of people just, hey, we made it to the Final Four. All right. You know, we went there like, man, let's win the whole thing, you know? And so I hope anybody who likes sports, anybody who likes just stories that are, you know, I think everybody cheers for an underdog, right? And hopefully people can be like, man, I'm cheering for those guys. Like, I hope they win that. So hopefully it's, I know it's going to mean a lot to anybody who was a part of it, but our hopes are anybody who wasn't is going to be like, man, that was really cool.
When does the documentary come out?
So, you know, I don't want to, you know, Lebanon Valley is going to be the owners of this, and they're working through some of those things. We talked about potentially after the new year, there's some things that they want to do. We're going to do a VIP showing at some point that's, you know, going to be all the team members and things, and we're kind of working through those dates. But, you know, I don't want to speak for Lebanon Valley, but what's been kind of thrown around is, you know, is the beginning of the new year, that this may come out in January or something along those lines.